Jesus Christ welcomes you back to the listening of this message.
The King of Kings is saying that before I came out of my Father God, the name God had never been mentioned before, or have never been made mention of in any way, anywhere before. He is saying to me that the very first time that the name God was made mention of was during my appearance. He is saying also to say that the very first personality to be called God was God the Son, to mean was me or is me. He is saying that in fact, my father knew of the name God, but would not call himself by the name God till his person, in the person of God the Son, me, had appeared. He is saying so, at the sight of God the Son and at the appearance of God the Son, the name God was known. The King of Kings is saying that, which goes a long way to say that it is because of God the Son, the main reason why the name God came into being or was given. He is saying, my Father would not be known by himself, neither would he be known by the atmosphere that he dwells in as anyone or by any name. He is saying, in fact, it is like my Father never had a name to bear or to give to himself. And the King of Kings is saying, let me be clear to define this to you. He is saying that the name God talks about the God visibility, or the God that can be seen to deal with as God, rather than the God invisibility, or the God that cannot be seen by any other. He is saying because it is the God visibility, or the God that can be seen to deal with as God, that bears the name God, to make the God invisibility, or the God that no other can see, to be known as God. He is saying that the very first moment that I, God, the Son, came out of the invisible God, the Father God, I was given the name God. He said that then in that same regard, I gave my Father, the Father God, the name God. He is saying to me that, Kwaku, my Father God named me God for me to name him God. He is saying, are you understanding me? He is saying so. The very first time that the name God was mentioned, it was mentioned to me the Son, or God the Son. He is saying that the very first time that the name God was ever declared, it was declared unto me and concerning me God the Son. He is saying that the very first time that the name God was made mention of, it was made mention of by my Father to me, his Son. He is saying the name God was a declaration and is a declaration made to me, the Son, concerning me, the Son, or describing me, the Son. The King of Kings is saying so. The name God is the authority that defines the status of me, the Son, more than it defines the status of my Father. He is saying the mind is made to handle what it can handle. He is saying to say that the subject of the Father God cannot be handled by the mind of any other personality. Neither can it be contained as a thought by any other mind. The King of Kings is saying so around God and in God, you know what you are supposed to know, and you must know what you are supposed to know. He said, and what you must know has to do with who that God is, which has to do with the Godship of the Son and not of the Father, because I am the only one who speaks about him to anyone. And he's quoting Matthew chapter 11 and verse 27. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. He is saying that this is because within the laws that govern the embodiment of the name God, no one outside of the jurisdiction of God the Son is permitted to know the Father God in person. He is saying so, if you are not permitted to know the Father God in person, you are also not permitted to know the Father God by name in any way. He is saying, Kwaku, I hope you are understanding me. He's asking, so who is God? And the King of Kings is saying, God has to do with God the Son, me, Jesus Christ, made God by the Father God, who was not called God, but became God after he had made me God.
The King of Kings will return soon with his wisdom.